Hello, welcome to Tiffany Teach Tuesday. And today's Tiffany Teach Tuesday is going to be about mortgages. And I also have a guest speaker that's going to help us to bring our vision of what our 2021 hopes and dreams are to revelation. So, we're talking about mortgages and mortgage selection tips. And what you need to know about mortgages first is the type of mortgages. A lot of people want homes and they don't even know where to begin. So before you even begin the home buying process, you need to get a pre-approval. And how to get to the pre-approval is finding the right mortgage that fits for what you're looking for. So the first mortgage is a conventional loan. And the conventional loan is not typically guaranteed by the bank. So there's investors who's putting up monies to give to you, and the government doesn't secure that loan. They're saying, look, you lending this money to these individuals at your own risk. We're not going to support it. FHA, which is the Federal Housing Administration, says, hey, you give out a loan to this individual. If they don't meet their obligations for this loan, then we'll give you the monies to pay off the loan if they don't meet their obligations. So a mass majority of people do give FHA loans. Then you have the USDA loans, which is for agriculture. Department of Agriculture gives out the loan for farmers and those individuals to get farmland and things like that. Then you have a VA loan. A VA loan is for veterans, current veterans or current military or veterans. And that loan is for the people that serve our country to help them to get into a home. Now, in the FHA loan is where the 203K loans come into play. So that is a type of loan that comes under FHA. So when you're looking for your selection of your lenders, you need to also keep in mind what type of property you're going to buy, because depending on, and if you need assistance with down payment for closing costs, these different types of lending have different restrictions. So for instance, a conventional loan, you need help from the from the seller to help you pay your closing costs. On a conventional loan, you only can get the assistance from the seller up to 3% to pay towards your closing costs. Whereas on FHA, you can get up to 6% to help with your closing costs. And for VA, you can get up to 4% to help with your closing costs. So you have to keep that in mind. In addition, with conventional, your down payment can be more expensive. Typical conventional loan asks that you put 5% down, whereas a FHA loan only asks for 3.5% down, and VA may not even ask for a down payment at all. Now, you have to keep in mind, you have to qualify for these loans. So a VA loan you cannot use if you have never served in the military. So if you're not a military person, you can X that loan option out. Now, for a USDA loan, if you're not planning to buy any farmland and develop, and you don't qualify for that loan either. So you can X that out. So the majority of the people who haven't served in the military or not planning to do any agriculture, they have to either do a conventional FHA loan. If you're planning to buy a distressed property, then you need to focus on an FHA loan, because an FHA loan will give you the rehab monies that you need to rehab the property. So those are the 4 different loan types. Now, for the FHA 203K loan, this is a great loan for those individuals who are in small businesses and looking for a place to house their business. You can get what we call a mixed-use property. And these mixed-use properties consist of apartments above and a storefront below. Now, understand, at minimum, 51% of the property has to be residential to utilize a FHA loan 203K or to get any form of lending to finance the purchase of this property. Majority of the property cannot be the commercial space. Majority of the property has to be the residential space. And with the 203K, FHA 203K loan, you cannot utilize this loan to rehab the commercial space. You only can utilize this loan to rehab the residential side of the property, okay? Now, and also you can use a loan for a mixed use up to 4 units residential and 1 unit commercial, as long as the property residential square footage is 51% or more of the purchase of the property. So you can't get a mixed use property if 60% of the property is being used for commercial space. It has to be vice versa. It has to be majority of the property, it has to be residential. So this is great for my small business individuals who are looking to move into a space and still want to live in that space. And I'll turn up offline, we can talk about how that works as well. Now, terms of the loans. Your terms of the loan, it can be 30-year, 25-year, 15-year, or 10-year is the number of years it'll take for you to pay back this loan. The less of the term, the larger the payment. And also the less of the term can also make your interest rates on this mortgage lower. If you go with a 30-year, you can also buy down your loans, which is called buying in discount points, to buy down your interest rate of your loan. And you really will only want to do that if you're looking to live in this property for a long time, as well as have extra money on hand. So it's best to get your credit score up and maybe do a shorter term to get a lower interest rates versus buying your points down. So typically I would recommend that for someone who's refinancing versus a first-time home buyer. Now, we know about terms. We know about the different lending options. We know about the 203K purchasing power that you have with the 203K loan. Now let's compare rates. You can shop around for your rates. I have a preferred lender that I send people to, but you can shop around for your rates, as well as you can negotiate your origination fees with your lender. So they have a loan origination fee, and this is how the lender makes its money. Understand, they're not processing this loan for free. They have to make money off of it. But you can shop around. You can find someone who can process this loan less expensive, but also I tell people, you get what you pay for. Sometimes getting someone who is a lot less expensive with their loan origination fee may mean that the whole deal falls because they cannot finance you, because they don't know what they're doing. Most people who have, I'm a model of you get what you pay for. So always being least expensive does not mean always the best option. And being the most expensive is not always the best option as well. So you can negotiate your loan origination fee. It sometimes comes under the estimated statement as a closing cost. These are the costs that they charge you to originate the loan. Now, the services that you cannot originate is appraisal fee, credit repair report fee, flood determination fee, flood monitoring fee, tax monitoring fee, and tax status resource fees. Those fees you cannot negotiate. Those are set fees. You cannot negotiate that. Now, you've gotten your pre-approval. Now you want to get your pre-approval. With your pre-approval, what do you need? Now you done found your lender that you want to work with, and you can apply for do an application with several lenders. I don't strongly recommend that. They say it doesn't affect your score if you only do 3. If they pull your score 3 times within 30 days, it won't change your scores. But I prefer that you ask all the questions up front, because the higher your score, the lower your interest rates will be. Once you select the lender that you want to go with that meets all of the requirements that you look for. Oh, before we get there, research programs. So there's really no first-time buyers program. People were like, oh, I want to do have program first-time buyers. And it really isn't a thing of first-time buyer programs like that. It's just you have, so if you buy a home, say for instance, 10 years ago and you foreclosed on it, or you did a deed in lieu. I'll explain what deed in lieu is later on in another session. Right now, we're going to focus on this mortgage. You can go and buy another home after the home that you gave back to the bank, after they sell it up to 2 years later. You can go buy another home 18 months later after you just purchased a home that's in another neighborhood, another community, or whatever the case may be, and still have the same benefits you had at buying your first home. So that's why it's really, back in the day, it used to be a first-time home buyer thing. Now it's really not. But you need to research programs. So when you call looking for these lenders, say for instance, your community has a program. If you buy in Chicago, we have these homes called bungalows, and they are historical homes. And some neighborhoods offer a home if you buy a bungalow. Now, you have to see if your lender works with that program. If not, that may not be the lender for you. Now, their points may be less for a long origination fee. However, they don't offer the loan, and they may be giving you a $10,000 credit towards the home to restore it and keep the bungalow status, to get a historical status for bungalow. You have to decide what is the best cost savings for you with that lender. Is it their low loan origination points or that $10,000 credit they're giving you to keep the bungalow status? So research the program, find out the lender offers the program, will accept have the program in their office. Let me slow down. So that you make sure that this is the best lender for you. Because I have people that say, well, they don't have any programs. I am not a lender. I am a real estate broker. I don't do mortgages. I'm not a mortgage broker. I'm a real estate broker. I don't know which lender has what programs. That's your responsibility to get the best financing for you. But I am educating you now on the steps that you need to take to see who has the best program for you to give you what you need. So once you found that lender that has programs that give you money towards closing costs or whatever the things that you need funding for, the origination fee and the price point that you want, and can actually close your loan, you need them to give you a pre-approval. I don't work with people without pre-approvals. Why? Because I need to know that you really can afford to buy what I'm showing you. I tell my clients all the time, this is not TV, this is real life. So I'm not going to take you out to shop for homes that I don't know that you can afford. Now, back in the day, way before time, before I got into this industry, people used to take people out and house shop for the home they want, and then they go apply for a loan. Well, we do things differently now here in my brokerage. We need a pre-approval before we take you out to house shop for a home that you need. Now, when you get to the lender is going to need some things from you. Remember when I was telling you about preparing? Now we're at the preparation part, because remember, there's no such thing as luck. Luck is nothing but opportunity meeting a prepared person. So when you're prepared, everything is going to fall into place. That's what it means. Okay. Now you're going to need, let me get my notes. Sorry. You're going to need 2 months of bank statements, 1 month of paycheck stubs, and 2 years of W-2s. Now, understand now, if you're self-employed, you can still get lending as well. However, if you're a self-employed person and every year your adjusted gross income is negative, you're not going to get financed. You have to make some money. Your business has to be profitable. They can't understand how they're going to lend you some money and you're not making any to pay back the debt. So for those business owners who like to write off all of their debt and have a negative AGI so they don't have to pay any taxes, that affects your credit to be able to have buying power in purchasing a home or any real estate. Okay. Now, the lender is going to pull your credit report. The lender is, in order to determine if you pre-approved or not. They need to make sure that your credit score is what you say it is. And they also need to make sure that your in a position to be able to buy. So let's recap, and then we're going to move on. Mortgage tips. There's FHA, conventional, FHA 203K, USDA, and VA loans. You can put down 3%, get assistance for 3% towards your closing costs for conventional, 6% for FHA loans, whether it's 203K or traditional. And for VA, you can get up to 4% towards your closing costs. You can buy down your points to get your interest rate lowered. You have terms of 30-year, 20-year, 15-year, or 10-year, depending on who the lender is. And understand this. I believe that if you're prepared, this process will be so much simpler. Knowledge is power, knowing what you need to know. Do your homework. I'm giving you the information, but also search out the stuff that you need to search out for yourself. And I believe in the model of I believe in I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe in the saying, write those things and make it plain and clear. And I believe in, you all have a vision for 2020. What you wanted to do. Now it's time for you to make it clear. Write it out on paper, do a vision board or whatever works for you, and make it clear to manifest and bring it to reality. I'm a true believer in that. Everything that I have set out in life to accomplish, I have written it out. I have done vision boards, and the things have manifested in my life. One, because I have an opportunity to be able to go back and look at it. 3 years ago, I did a vision board and I said I wanted to teach. And here I am today doing teaching. I'm teaching you all what I know. I'm giving you that information. It may not be a formal teaching in front of the classroom. I love to teach. I love to educate because I believe power is knowledge. So I have one of my wonderful HU alums who coaches and teaches me and keeps me grounded and coaches me. Who is offering, it's called Blackjack 21 Vision. And her motto is, if you're going to bet on someone else, why not bet on yourself? And I would like to bring her, Dawn Morris, and she is with the World Class Training Institution. Welcome.
Hey! How are you? It's so good to see you.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah. We actually have on, we both have on burgundy today. I was like, oh, we're even thinking of like oh, goodness.
I'm going to step away while you do that because my computer is about to die. I don't know what's
you want me to
so
stop?
you want
Okay,
to
cool.
tell about your stuff, and I'm going to come back.
Okay. So everyone, thank you guys so much for being on here. Tiffany has allowed me this space because she is giving away 2 tickets to the Blackjack 2021 Virtual Vision Party. It is going to be on January the 21st, 2021 at 7:21 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as Tiffany said, you have to write the vision and make it plain. And that is why we are committing this time to everybody coming together. There's going to be 3 pieces. The first thing we're going to do is celebrate, because oftentimes as we're working, we don't celebrate where we've been. 2020, we made it through, and there are things that we want to pat ourselves on the back for that we accomplished in 2020. So we want to first celebrate that. Then when you think about cards and you get blackjack, when you're trying to get blackjack, you have certain cards in your hand that may be getting you close to blackjack, but you might not be there. What are your superpowers? We're going to talk about what those are so that you guys can start making sure that you keep those front of mind as you're trying to move forward. And then the third piece is, what do you need to draw into your life? What do you need to draw into your hand? Don't worry about it, so that you can achieve blackjack in 2021. And then we're going to also make sure that you leave with a vision board that you'll be able to see on your phones or whenever you want to see it, so that it can be front of mind. And I heard Tiffany talking about, hey, if you want a house, this is what you need to do. go and put the house that you want, a picture of it, on your vision board. Now, you may get the exact house that you want, or you may get one that's similar, but still write it on your board, take a picture of it, and then even set a timeline for when you want to achieve it, because that way you will have in your visual every day what you want to achieve, and that keeps you focused and grounded on what you're planning to get out of life. So Tiffany is giving away 2 free tickets to the virtual vision party. So make sure that you reach out. I'm not sure how she's actually going to give these away. As soon as she comes back, I'm sure she'll be able to share that with you guys. But yes, she's giving away 2 tickets to the virtual vision party. So make sure that you connect with her so that you can be a part of this amazing, amazing event. Mine is up in my bathroom, my one I did last year. And she's absolutely right. When we write the vision and we can see it every day, then it keeps us focused. I even have scriptures up there. So when I have moments that I'm feeling kind of anxious or something, I read the one that says, be anxious for nothing, but in all things by prayer and supplication, make your requests present, known unto God. And then I also have trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not unto thine own understanding, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct thy path. So those scriptures are right there in front of me every day. So whenever I'm having a moment, I go look at the board. So yes, I am excited about it. I thank Tiffany so much for sponsoring these tickets and recognizing how important this is for everyone to be able to create your vision board. And like I had written this morning, coal that's separated cannot stay lit. So the power of this moment is that we will have like-minded people together so that our fire can blaze. So yes, I'm looking forward to it. January 21st, 2021 at 7:21 Central Standard Time. We are going to write the vision and make it plain.
Okay, so how can you win this free vision board? You can, the first 2 people who are either following me on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, can tell me the Bible scripture that says write this and make it plain and clear, can win. You can inbox me or inbox me on either Instagram or message me, put it in the message comment section, the scripture that says that, and you will win a free vision board. And if you don't win, you can also go to this website here.
All right. Yes. All right. Thank you, sis.
Sign up.
Yes.
Sign up and pay for it yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm giving away 2 free vision board training on how to do a vision board, and it is very, very beneficial. As I stated before, I have done one. I actually have this year I didn't do an actual vision board. I have a planner that's a vision board. It asks you to write out your goals, your 5-year, your 10-year, your 1-year, daily, weekly goals and things like that. So I've taken that approach this year because there's a lot of things that I've been doing that I need to scale and make clear on my next steps. And I was going to go to class, be a part of the training, but I'm going to be out of town. So next week I won't be going to Tuesday. Yes, because I will be in Miami. I was supposed to be in DC, but the folks out there acting a fool. So I'm take my ticket and go to Miami and get a little fun in the sun for a couple of days.
Yes.
To recharge. And I tell people this all the time. Strong people have people always drawing from them, but they need to recharge, and so they can be able to be a good source of energy to others.
That is so true.
We have a tendency not to take care of ourselves, so that, and we begin to suffer from that. So I have not been anywhere since August.
We like to travel.
Yes, we do. 2020 was a rough year. And these trips are even harder with this COVID going on.
Yes.
I do need to recharge, and I do need to have balance in my life. Yeah. And I believe in these vision boards, and I want everyone to participate. And let me see. I have one.
Someone said something?
Yes. Yolanda.
Oh, yeah. Did she have it?
She has it. Yolanda
Yay!
Pollard. Yeah. So she has it. So we do have one winner. So we'll see if we can get one on YouTube. Like I said.
And you know what? Do you have her email address?
Yes. If not, she'll email it to me. I know who she is.
Okay, good. Because then I'll send her the information. Congratulations, Yolanda. We look forward to seeing you.
So everyone, thanks again for tuning in.
Is she gonna be in Miami?
Yeah, she's gonna be in Miami, so I don't know how she's gonna do this, but
maybe she's gonna give it to somebody else. Oh no.
Maybe I'll just give it to the next person in line.
Maybe
she wants some people out.
Right.
So she got the verse, the chapter. Maybe they give me the verse and the scripture, the actual scripture. Yes. So inbox me. Thank you all for joining in for Tiffany Teach Tuesday. When I come back on the following Tuesday, which will be the 26th, I will be talking about the home shopping process and how the home shopping process works. So thank you all again for tuning in. And
thank you for this show.
Thank you, Dawn, for joining me.
You're very welcome. Thank you. I learned some stuff today. I was like, okay, as a small business owner, this is what I need to make sure I do. So it was good. You always have good information. Always good. I'm like, make sure my AGI is where it needs to be. That's what
the AGI is very important. And that's what the AGI is important for everyone. Because they use the AGI to determine the amount of house. So if you only have, for the last 2 years, you had an AGI of one was 50,000 and the next year was 60,000. They take the 2 years together, divide it by, and they say you can afford your monthly, your yearly income is only $55,000 because 70 plus 60 is 110. Divided by 2 is 55. So you have $55,000 of gross income that you could afford to pay for a house. Now, once they get that gross income amount, they take that, say, divided by 12 months, whatever number they get up with, plus and subtract your bills, and this is the amount of house you can actually afford.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good to know. Good to know.
Yes, that AGI is important, not only just for small businesses, important for people who are working, but they do have the W-2s and things like that, whereas small business people don't. They file all of their income and taxes all on their tax return.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you have to work. I mean, you have to file taxes to get it.
Absolutely.
Those small business people who don't file taxes, the bank is not giving you any money.
I don't even know why they do that. Right. Yeah.
I don't even know why your small business is not filing it because the IRS will come looking for you.
They will come. And I don't need them knocking on my door. So that's what thing I will be doing.
Exactly. That part right there. So thank you all again for joining.
Good to see you. All right. Take care.